Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be making frijoles charros, and I have no idea how you say that in English, but these are really good Mexican beans. So what we'll be using is a pound of pinto beans and a pack of pork rinds, and you don't really need a lot. I like adding this for extra flavor, and if you don't like pork rinds, you can leave this out. I had a lot more in here, but my kids got into them yesterday, and you know how that goes. And you will be needing some salt, some garlic powder, 3 Roma tomatoes, 1 jalapeno. You could add another one if you want it more spicy, or you could leave it completely out. Half of a large onion and half a hunk of cilantro. We'll be using 2 of these jumbo wieners and a pack of bacon. So the first thing we're going to do is cut up our vegetables here. We're going to chop this up finely and cube up the tomatoes, jalapeno, and onion. I just wanted to show y'all how everything looks chopped up. The bacon, you just want them in pieces like that big, like half an inch. And those hot dogs like this. And this doesn't have to be perfect, so just in cubed up, and the cilantro. So what we're going to do next is, after we have all our stuff cut up, we're going to have to start cleaning our beans. So we're going to be taking out all the ones that look like that. We only want the pretty ones. So yeah, we're going to look through the whole bag, and then we're going to rinse them twice. And we're going to be boiling them in 14 cups of water. So here I have the beans already. I separated them. This is garbage. And if you miss one, it's okay. Nothing bad's going to happen. You'll end up seeing it probably when you put it in the pot of water. It'll probably float up. So, yes, this is the worst part out of this whole recipe. It's time consuming. But I promise you that it's worth it, because these beans are the bomb. I promise. So now we're going to put these in our 14 cups of water after we rinse them. So I have my beans here on my stove, and I have it on high, and we'll be cooking these for about an hour or an hour and a half, depends on your stove. That's when we'll start adding our other ingredients. But as of now, I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on there, and I'm going to leave the lid a little slanted just so a little bit of the steam could come out. And we're going to start frying up our bacon right now. So I have my bacon in here. I have it on high. You can reduce it to medium high. We're just going to keep turning it around, letting it get really crispy. And then we're going to take them out and put them on in a bowl with a paper towel and throw away the excess fat. Okay, so this is what we want. We want This is going to be ready in about 1 minute, and then I'm going to take it out and put it to drain on a paper towel and throw away the fat. See, I have my beans boiling over there. And we're going to use the same pan to fry up our vegetables and the wieners. About 3 tablespoons of oil. And I have our hot dogs in here. We're only going to turn these around for about a minute. We just want them to get a darker color. And then we'll add our tomato, onion, and jalapeno. Just like a minute or two. You don't want this. It's still going to keep cooking when you put the tomato, so not too long. I have the vegetables in here already, and I have this on medium high. And I want this to get really soft. Almost like a mush, like the tomatoes to turn into a mush. And we'll let it, when it's done, we'll just turn it off and wait for the beans to be almost cooked to add this into the pot. What we want it to look like for the tomatoes to have almost dried up and just turn into a paste. And I turned it off already, and my beans have been cooking for about an hour. I'm going to add some salt to the beans, and we can go ahead and add this inside this pot of beans. Well, I already added the tomatoes and everything to the beans. We're going to let them boil for another 30 to 40 minutes. The beans are halfway cooked. And go ahead and add more salt and add about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And the reason why I use garlic powder, I mean, you're more than welcome to use fresh garlic, but I don't like garlic pieces in my beans. And the bacon and the cilantro are the last things that we put in there in the last 10 minutes. Because we don't want our bacon to get too soggy. I've been cooking for another 40 minutes, and I'm going to add 2 cups of water to it. And we're going to go ahead and add our cilantro and pork rinds. We have our pork rinds and the cilantro in here, and we can go ahead and add our bacon. See how crispy that bacon is? That's how you want it. Well, I'm going to save some for me because I like to just munch on that. And we're going to let this boil another 5 to 10 minutes. And when you guys add salt to this, keep in mind that the bacon and the hot dog and the pork rinds are salty, so that's why we have to let it boil. And we're gonna wait 10 minutes to taste it and see if it needs more salt. This is the outcome. Told you all that time was totally worth it. Look at that bacon, those hot dogs, the pork rinds, all this flavor in one bowl. Yo, my kitchen smells amazing. And the reason why I made these is because I'm having a cookout, and this is usually typically like what Mexicans take to cookouts. So yeah, I hope you guys try this out. I mean, it took about 2.5 hours to make, but it's totally worth your time. I'm gonna give these a try. Wow, quedaron deliciosos. I really hope you guys give these a try. I'm telling you, one of my favorite recipes. So if you have any questions, like I've said, comment below and I'll be sure to get to you. Bye, until next time.